Hello, broadcasters. My name's Gage, and I'm here with Dan Briggs, of course, for the StreamYard Live Town Hall. Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
It's been a good week. I'm excited for this one. For anyone new here, we do these live streams every single week at Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, and we always make sure we touch on our three pillars, which are ease of use, stability, and professional streams. So if you're about those three things, StreamYard is probably the tool for you. You can see Dan is out on vacation, or not vacation, but he's out and about. He's in a different location tonight. And if you caught our thumbnail for this evening, we know that we have a new feature. So if you guys want to wager any guesses, I imagine some of you will be able to guess it. Let us know.
It's a fun one. It's a cool feature.
Yeah, we're really excited about it.
I'm enjoying it already.
Hello, Spyro. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And LTMW, nice to see you here. Leonard says, will you support to stream on Instagram Live be available soon? So currently it's against, Instagram has a policy that says to us, not you guys, but to third-party apps to not allow people to stream using their API. But if that changes, we will certainly add Instagram as a platform, and we hope it does change. Let's see who else is here tonight. Dinar says he's hoping for custom background when in audio only mode. Noted. Beauty Bubble, thanks for tuning in. Gadget Goodness, thanks for hanging out. Of course, just Ashar, nice to see you here. Let's see if we have any guesses in the chat. Michael, thanks for hanging out. Ross Brand, make sure you guys, Ross Brand goes live every other week on various channels for StreamYard Connect. So make sure you follow him and catch those shows.
You betcha.
I think some people can guess what it is. Dinar guessing green screen. It's DeVenture saying hi.
Should I help him out?
Yeah, maybe let's just go ahead and announce it.
All right. So now, if you couldn't guess it before, you could probably guess what it is now.
I'll turn mine on. Mine on as well. So yes, it's here. Green screen support is here. So we're obviously very, very excited about it because this was one of our most. This is definitely up there as far as requests. I can't think of too many things that are requested more frequently. Other than it's probably tied for maybe number of people and mobile. They're both very high on the list. So we hope you guys enjoy it. And the best part about this feature, it's really cool, is you don't have to download anything. It works right in StreamYard. So Dan and I aren't using virtual cams or anything like that. We just have green screens behind us, and it's all the functionality is built directly in StreamYard. Which I don't know how many apps you guys have used, but it's pretty. I've not ever seen a browser-based application that pulls this off well. Like there's some things that attempt to do it, but it doesn't really perform very effectively. So we're really excited that we were able to pull it off. Like we weren't actually sure at the beginning if we'd be able to do it without a download. We thought we might have to make it where users have to download anything, but we were able to pull it off. So that's pretty exciting. And guests can use it as well. If they have a green screen, they can join you, and without having to set anything extra up, they can upload their own virtual background and use that.
Yeah, no, I'm fired up. Like I think some people would probably even remember a few. Actually, it was the live stream that I did by myself. I remember saying, like, that's when we were first starting to look at it, and I remember saying, like, I don't know if this is possible, but we're gonna see if this is possible. So it's exciting. It's cool. It works in the browser.
Absolutely. We'll go through some tips for you guys about what to keep in mind when using it. And you can't use it right now. So it's Dan and I are using it right now, but it will be available for you to use in like a couple hours about. Dan, if you live in this new house, what's 2020 a new year? Yeah, the one that's behind you now is a pretty nice place. That's a very nice one. I would enjoy living in that. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate that.
Let me use the bricks.
Yeah, I think I prefer the bricks. Thomas, thanks for hanging out. Dan, nice to see you here. Sounds like Dean's a fan along with Beauty Bubble. Dina, yeah, let us know. How many of you will actually use this feature? I'd be curious because I know some people are like really, really for green screens and some people don't really care at all. So if you're going to use it, let us know. I'd be curious. And what do you plan on having as your background? Will you Will you be changing it in the middle of the broadcast? Will you always have like the same branded background? I'm curious how you guys plan on using it. Hey, Shannon, thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Adrian. No problem, Neil. Thanks for popping in. So the green screen for individuals and not for the background?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can also, I mean, you still have the option to have a background as well, but this feature is, Dan and I both are running our own green screen. Oh, Neil says, wait, green screen, I'll stay a little longer. Yeah, you guys will have full access in a couple hours, no downloads or anything. I think Ross shared the times. Oh, yeah, thanks, Ross. So StreamYard connects live on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you tune into that. And Ross has Jim Collison on. I didn't actually know that. That'll be awesome. He's talking about why he uses StreamYard for his corporate webcast with Gallup. Right on.
Very cool.
Hi, Gene. Michael says, so you do need a green screen, though, right? Yes, and that's probably a good segue to note all the things to keep in mind here. So yes, so we do have the green screen feature, but there are a few things that you need to know. So number one is you do need a green screen or a blue screen. So we have a little color switcher there, so you can choose between them. If there's a high demand for some other color, like a red screen, or I don't remember what the other ones are that people actually use sometimes, but we might add it. But right now it's just green and blue, so you'll need to make sure you have one of those. And it's nice if there's no tears or folds and things like that, right? If you have a nice uniform, clean green screen, that's ideal. Do you remember the name of the one you're using, Dan? I think I've got the same one, and I really like it.
I can't remember, but basically it's the one, like you just go on Amazon. There's a few different versions. It's the one, like mine's 5 feet by 7 feet, an oval, and it just kind of, it folds up, and then it kind of springs into shape.
Yeah.
And, like I really like that because it's just takes up some space, but it's super simple to set up. Yeah,
I've got the exact same one. It's a sweet deal. It's like $30 or something, right?
I think mine was like 80. So maybe I got the expensive version.
Maybe I got the cheapo. I don't know. I like mine though. No, I think there's one for 30, so maybe look out for that one. Also, but yours is probably paid for Canadian dollars.
As you say, it could be if you're ordering on .com and I'm on .ca, that could be the difference right there.
I didn't know that. I don't think the conversion rate's quite that bad, but everything's also just overpriced in general on the CA one. So
yeah, it's not bad. Like it's pretty cheap, and like you can also do where you just buy an actual like cloth. Like I actually have one of those as well, but then you kind of need to like be able to hang it somewhere, and you probably need to iron it after you get it. Like if you have a wall right behind you, that would probably work. Just like pin it to the wall and make sure it's really tight and no folds or anything. But honestly, like one of these expandable things that just pops into shape. There's even ones you can get to like go on the back of your chair, which is pretty cool. Like kind of between you and the back of the chair.
Oh, I've not seen that one.
And they're like, like 4 feet by 4 feet kind of thing. So like you sort of need to zoom in on your face, but that works too.
Right on. Yeah. If anyone has any suggestions in the comments, let us know. Yeah, so number 2 is uniform lighting is very important. It still works, like even if you don't have perfect lighting, it still works pretty well. Like mine, like my lighting situation could be better, and it still looks quite nice. But the more uniform you can get your lighting on the green screen, the better the effect is going to work for you. Yeah, I'll show what mine looks like, so you can get a sense of. So it's not perfect. Like you can see, I've got a bit of shadows over here. So if I could get rid of that, that would be ideal. But I mean, it still is functional.
Yeah.
Number 3 is the green screen is affected by computer power. So like a lot of the features on StreamYard don't really impact your computer, like the banners and comments, all that stuff sort of happens on StreamYard. This is one of the few features that do actually rely on your own computer. So the newer your computer, the more powerful your computer, the better this feature is going to work for you. It should work on most computers. Like it works on my 4 or 5-year-old desktop that doesn't even have a graphics card. It's onboard graphics, and that's what I'm using. It works fine. So should work for you. But if you have a really, really old computer or it's just not up to par on the graphics, you might have to upgrade in order for it to work.
Like I have, just for example, I have a Windows 7, I think it's 2011 or 2010 maybe, laptop that is extremely slow, and it runs this. Like it doesn't look good, and I wouldn't recommend using it like that for your streams, but it works. Like it'll run it. So yeah, it'll work on almost all devices, but definitely does better on strong devices, especially if you have a graphics card. Yeah,
graphics card, it will fly. Aphrodite, yes, it's available on all versions and for your guests. Your guests can use it as well. Hey, Dust Mites, thanks for tuning in. Evie, glad you're a fan. Sounds like lots of people are going to use it. Angie likes the bricks. I like the bricks as well. Maybe show it actually snowed, though. Maybe Dan has like for inspiration. Maybe you can take an actual picture and then make your own green screens. Like that's a real photo, right?
Yeah. So I just took this. It snowed a lot this week here. We're up in Canada. It snowed this week, so when I was outside for a walk, I took a picture. So it might be legit out here, but. Yeah, I think like we have so there's two defaults it'll come with, and that's these bricks and then this house that I started in. But then yeah, you can upload like this is just a separate house that I uploaded. And I think it works really well. You just find like a picture on Pixel or Flickr or something, make sure that there's no copyright infringements you have to worry about, and then
off to the races.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds like most people are going to actually use it.
Right on.
I think I'm looking at older comments. Yes, you do have to use one. Ryan sounds like he's going to use it. Thanks, Andrew. Ross says, if you don't have a green screen at home, can you use a green sheet? Yeah, it will work. And like I said it's ideal to not have folds and rips and stuff, but like it does still work. It's just not going to be quite as good as it could be.
Yeah, like you might be seeing some, like my lighting's pretty bad right now. I think I'll just flip back to that. So in this bottom corner here, you can see it's pretty dark. That's not good. Like that's the sort of stuff that'll cause issues. So if you have like folds that have kind of you're getting shadow, that's where it'll start to not work nearly as well. So you can maybe see when I put this on, there's like a little flicker in that corner. That's just because the lighting there is not very good. Like I don't have great lighting right now. So yeah, it should work. It's just not going to work as well.
Chuck's saying that Elgato has a green screen. Yes, I prefer the foldable one, but I could see where I feel like the Elgato one, it's pretty heavy duty, and like I like being able to just fold mine up and travel with it. But there's especially if you're doing standing, like a shot on an iPhone or something like that, I could see where the Elgato would be really good.
Yeah, that's the one that actually like expands up, right? Like movie curtains almost.
Yeah,
projector kind of thing.
Yes, Aphrodite agreeing that the screen should be smooth.
Yeah.
Tana's saying the green screen edition is a nice add-on, but I'd like the ability to add music to my streams since I'm an industry music producer. Good to know. Yeah, that would definitely be a nice feature, and that does come up. Michael says, I have a request. Please allow us to join as a guest without activating sound. I would like to come in on as a guest on mobile and wait to activate sound or maybe never turn it on.
So is that mic or hearing people? What do you think?
I think it's hearing people because I think I know the scenario where that would be useful sometimes is if people want to capture another angle and to easily just turn off all other sound. Let us know if that's the case, Michael, if you mean speakers.
Gotcha. Because yeah, I was gonna say you can turn off your mic. I'm guessing Michael knows that though, so probably speakers.
Shelly says, "Is this feature working now? Is there a tutorial?" It'll be available in like a couple hours, so or maybe like an hour. Right after this town hall is up, we're pushing it up, and it will be available. And there'll be an alert on the site. So when you go to StreamYard, when it's up, not right now. When you go to StreamYard, there'll be a window that's like, "Hey, green screens are here." There'll be a quick video talking about it, and then a full tutorial link as well that walks through everything.
I can't remember if the tutorial is actually on the announcement part, but at the very least, like when you go in farther to where you actually like you go into the studio, you'll see the green screen option. There's a link to a tutorial in there for sure. So there will be a tutorial. There'll definitely be a link to it somewhere.
Yeah, you'll find it'll be on our YouTube channel, so where all the other tutorials are.
Yep.
Valika says, what size should the background picture be if we download our own? 1280 by 720 would be the ideal size. 3D Printing says there's a $16 one on Amazon with bungee cords. Right on.
All right. Hey, whatever works.
Maju says, can you please remove the overlay text that appears when I play the video for intro or outro? It comes in the middle of the video. I use the video as a drop down when I'm live. So it is only you that sees that, but I know that other people have requested the ability to turn that on or off. The main reason we have it is just so people don't forget that their mic's muted, because that we noticed that happened a lot, which is why we added it in the first place. But I do hear that is requested a lot, so you never know. We might add an option for that.
And I'd also be curious, the reason is it just like you really want to see the video itself?
I need to look back. There's a post about it in our groups. There's a lot of people. It's a lot of people in the deaf community that want it. That they just have it. I didn't need to look at what the details are, but for whatever reason, the deaf community wants the ability to turn it off. I can't remember what the exact reasoning is. And then some people that are just like, it's just distracting for them. So they're trying to pay attention to what's happening and they want to be muted, but still see what's going on the screen is essentially what my takeaway was. But I need to look at the post again.
Okay.
Scott Stewart says, you have me green with envy. I'm glad you're a fan.
I'm still trying to figure out what your background is. Like, is that a spaceship?
I think I'm traveling through space-time, I think is Yeah, I'm a fan.
Innovating, moving to the future.
Johnny Mac says, does this work with Mac iOS? Yep, cross-platform. It'll work on anything that you can run on StreamYard. It will work, assuming you have a normal computer that has either onboard graphics or even better, a graphics card. But any standard system from the last few years should work fine. KK Bronson joined in late. Green screen capabilities, OMG.
What gave it away? Was it the bricks or the space travel?
Michael says, can you set the green color? So there is a fade. You can set the fade, but we automatically detect the color. Is that right? Or how's it work then?
The color's just set to green. It's like Gage was saying at the start, it's either green or blue is what we have right now. And we might add more, but it's just, we found almost everyone has green and a few have blue.
Right. But you can't enter, I think Michael's probably asking, like you can't enter like the hex. It's just green. Yeah. It's just green or blue.
I've tried with several different shades of green and it seems to work very well for all of them. Like we tested it pretty thoroughly. But yeah, if you do have issues with like a specific shade or something, let us know and we'll think about kind of tweaking what we allow there.
Michael says, will the uploads be in a new section or will this be in the overlay section? So this will be very clear in the tutorial video, but when you click your settings, there'll be a new section that says green screen, and that's where all of this will be dealt with.
Yep.
Story time with Shay says she'll definitely be using it. Right on. There are different greens, but it will work with any green screen, Michael.
Should, yeah.
Michael says, I would love to request, please let us see a name of images. Many times if I hover over an overlay, I don't know what it is. I know that is picky, but please. That one does come up a lot and will most likely be added.
Yeah, Michael's been persistent with that one.
Does green screen work? I'm guessing that meant green screen, Miss Buffy. If I'm misunderstanding, let me know. But yeah, you can use the ticker while green screening.
Yep.
They are separate.
Yeah, because all it does is replace the background of your video, right? Like that's why Gage and I are separate. So yeah, everything works exactly the same. It's just I'm cut out from my background.
Aphrodite, I'm glad you're doing the happy dance.
Yeah, because I know like a lot of people, anyone who's wanted to use a green screen in the past has to run multiple programs, right? That's not a great experience. So
and a lot of times
it's run a lot smoother now.
Yeah, there's less going on. Are there certain dimensions we need for a foldable, portable green screen like the one Gage mentioned? I don't have exact dimensions, but it'll have to be big enough to cover, like it depends how close you are to the webcam, right? But it'll have to be big enough that your webcam is seeing fully green behind you. Do you know what the dimensions of yours are, Dan?
5x7.
5x7. I think mine's the same, and mine's plenty big. So 5x7 is probably a good, safe bet.
Yeah, and I think that's what all those expandable ones are. Maybe there's like some giant ones, but yeah, 5x7 definitely works for me. My green screen is probably 2 feet behind me, and it works fine.
Michael says, so when I come in on my mobile and I'm on my computer, I get feedback sounds. I'm totally on headset, but my cell phone sound goes into my mic. Yeah, so that's what I thought. So an option, so when you join in from the phone, to turn the speakers totally off is the idea. Story Time said I had an issue with Bluetooth earbuds. If you just message us on streamyard.com/contact, we can help you troubleshoot. Story Time. Hi, Try. Thanks for tuning in. Ross says he doesn't think he's seen them smaller than 5x7. I'm definitely not an expert. I don't know what all the sizes are.
So I know if you get like a sheet, because I have one of those, it's huge. Like it is. I'm not even gonna guess the size. It's way bigger than 5x7. Like it's bigger than my wall. And if you have an actual wall, I'm sure like that's a good size because you can put it like quite a bit behind you. But yeah, for something you're gonna just put just right behind you and just set it up when you do your shows, I think 5x7 is pretty good. Or like I said, those ones you strap on your chair, they're a lot smaller. Like I think they're like 4 feet by 4 feet kind of thing, and maybe even smaller than that. And yeah, I mean, should work. You can always zoom in your camera too, depending on the type of camera you have, I guess. Like I have the Logitech C920, and I'm just using their software to zoom it in a little bit.
Aphrodite, yes, that actually brings us to our final tip was to make sure you're aware of the clothing you're wearing. So if you're using a green screen, you obviously don't want to wear green clothes, or you will transform into your virtual background as well. And then if you're using a blue screen, it will be blue clothing. So maybe obvious, but maybe not. So yeah, just make sure you keep that in mind.
I was actually having some fun with it earlier. I had a red cup. I did this on purpose. I just like had a red cup and I was holding it in my mouth. It just kind of like clamped me onto it, and I was playing with the fade like almost all the way off, and I just turned into this floating red cup. It's pretty entertaining.
That's pretty funny. One thing I wanted to touch on, since we receive a lot of emails and questions about it, which is LinkedIn Live access, like people that apply and don't get access. So if you apply to a LinkedIn and don't get access, don't be too discouraged. Like you can always apply again. So the main thing they're looking for is people that are creating good content and are active on LinkedIn. So if you've never made a LinkedIn post before or never really done anything on LinkedIn and you apply for access, it's unlikely that they'll accept you. So the best place to start if you're looking for LinkedIn access is start posting regularly there and start creating content there. And that will, next time around when you apply again, will give you a good shot at getting access. Another small note, they probably won't be used quite as frequently now that we have green screen, but one thing that was an issue for, I think it was only Mac users that were using virtual camera on Chrome. The Chrome virtual camera feature was broken for Macs for a while, but that's actually fixed in the latest version of Chrome. So
not quite.
Oh, I messed that up.
Like the latest version, like the Canary.
Yeah, sorry.
So like Chrome has several different versions. Like they have what's called like stable, which is the one everyone uses, and then they have like beta and Canary, which is even like it's just brand new code they're pushing out. I just noticed on that one that it was fixed. So I'm thinking within a few weeks that should be fixed. I don't think it's fixed on the main. Actually, I know it's not fixed. I can check right now.
So it'll be available soon. So keep your Chrome updated, and you will be able to use your virtual camera again. But this doesn't apply to very many people. I don't know very many people that were using that. Combination.
Mine does seem fixed right now, Gage.
Oh, okay. So maybe it is fixed now. So you guys can try your luck.
If not, very soon.
3D printing saying unfortunately the chair mount is fairly expensive, so you'll get a good deal on the green screen, but maybe not the chair mount. That seems like an expensive mount. Sherry says, "Why is it we can't monetize monetize our live until it's over?" So we're going to take another look at that. But the last time we visited that, YouTube doesn't make it particularly easy for us to set that option, but it is something we will address so that you can do it all from StreamYard without having to go over to the YouTube event and manually turn it on. But I don't think you have to wait until it's over. So you can schedule it on StreamYard, go to the post on YouTube, and turn it on there. But yes, we would like to make that easier for you.
And even if it's not scheduled, you can just like when you create it, and now it's been created on StreamYard, even if it's not scheduled, you can still like click the view on YouTube link, go over to YouTube, and you should be able to turn on monetization then.
Roy says, "Can you play a video with the green screen?" For now, Roy, it's just static images. You can upload your own, but there's no videos right now. Yeah,
if we got like a lot of demand for it, that's something we consider. I just know we had some issues when we released the background overlays for the brand, just because we found a lot of people would upload a video that wasn't looping. So it would like be a 10-second video and it would go and then it would end and go back to the start. It was really jarring. Yeah. I don't think people really realized how jarring it was for a lot of them. So we
want to make sure we set people up for success. So we're definitely open to adding those things. But if we were to bring the background video option back, we'd want to frame it in a way that people were able to get it right, because we had a bunch of people that were using video backgrounds and it looked not very good. So that's the main reason why we don't have it now. We want to think through how to do it correctly. Jim Wallace says the lighting can be tricky to get an even green screen. Yes, lighting is certainly important.
Yeah, I was surprised just how important it was until I actually got a green screen and started playing with it. Yeah, lighting's everything for green screens.
Chavez, yes, everyone can use the green screen feature. It'll be out tonight. Michael Daniel says, I will say, once you are live, you cannot monetize. Can you please pop up that says go monetize after you have created your event? That would help. So maybe you can do it when it's scheduled, but not when it's actually live. I don't think we'll do the pop-up, Michael, but we will allow you to do it directly from StreamYard at some point. Yeah,
we really would like to. I do remember when we were looking at it before, thinking like, oh, it's probably just, something we turn on. I was like, nope, that looks really complex.
Yeah, it was surprising.
It's possible. I know it's possible.
They also really did a big overhaul on their API, so it might be simpler now.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Michael says, I just added a video today to help viewers that were curious on running a show. Thank you. Dan's wanted by the police.
I can hear the sirens.
Yeah.
Live right next to a fire hall. Although that did sound like police sirens. Usually it's fire truck sirens.
Information Man Show is excited to experiment. Yeah, for sure. Let us know how it goes. Andrew says, besides having cable internet connection instead of Wi-Fi, what else can you do for better screen sharing quality? So the option that generally works best is tab sharing. So I would use tab sharing whenever possible. And like you said, the number one thing you can immediately do is quality of your internet connection is the biggest effect. So make sure you're plugged in. Do you have any other suggestions there, Dan?
Yeah, Windows works better than Mac for screen sharing.
It might put you out of luck for certain people.
Yeah. No, Mac's still pretty good, but especially like what you just said, Chrome tab sharing works much better on Mac than full screen sharing, at least for the devices I've tested it on. And I think Chrome's working on that. They're aware that Mac screen sharing isn't as good as Windows, so they're definitely working on it. But if you are on a Mac, yeah, share a tab if at all possible. That should be better.
Thanks, Mellow Gold. We'll keep Bitcoin in mind. Skip Smith says, need an easy way to play a 5-minute intro. That seems like a pretty long intro to me, but it is on our radar. A lot of people want the ability to play longer videos, but that does seem. I'm curious, why do you? What makes you want a 5-minute intro? Skip, do you currently use a 5-minute intro? Oh, information says green screen is what I've been waiting for. When will it be available? Very soon. So right after this, we'll be pushing it up, and we're about to conclude the show. So you'll be able to see it very soon, probably within the next hour or so.
I was going to say, yeah, probably a few hours, maybe say 3 hours.
We'll be safe. 3 hours. So check back 9:30 p.m. Pacific. All right. I think we've covered all of our topics. I'll just check to make sure there's not any final.
Oh, the image cropper topic.
Oh, yeah. You guys can answer in the comments and we can look back at it. So if you don't mind, we'll pop that one up really quick. We were curious, when you upload thumbnails, we give you the option to crop the image dimensions. We were wondering if people actually use that feature or if it's just kind of a useless extra step. So we're curious if did I phrase that right, Dan?
Yeah, that's right. So, and there's a few different places now uploading green screens, avatars, backgrounds, overlays, thumbnails for your videos. There's a lot of places where you need to upload images to StreamYard. Is it helpful when we allow you to crop that? Do you rely on that? Or do you usually think if you cropped it in advance to the right size and that's just an extra step? So yeah, let us know. We'll probably end in a sec, but in the comments, we'll go back through and read them all.
Skip, thanks for letting me know. That makes sense. I can understand that. I know some people just do a splash screen, but I can see how a longer video might be a bit more engaging. April says, when it comes to screen sharing multiple tabs, is there a tip you can give for how to know which tabs you want to share when they're all from the same platform? Yeah, I know what you're talking about, April. Unfortunately, it's like we can only customize screen sharing so much because it's basically we interface. The browser handles a lot of it, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Hopefully, at some point, Chrome updates to make that a bit easier to find, but unfortunately it's just now it's a bit difficult to know which tabs which. You kind of just have to make sure you're prepared beforehand and ready with what to share. So I wish I had better advice than that, but I don't at the moment.
Yeah, like I guess you could close any extra tabs just to make it a bit simpler, but then say you had 3 Facebook tabs before the show starts, try sharing each one, figure out which one's which, and then just kind of have that ready when you have to go through them. But yeah, like Gage said, the browser decides what that looks like, unfortunately. So that's like Chrome designed that.
Sounds like most people don't use the image cropper. Thanks for letting us know. We'll wrap things up here. It's been awesome going live with you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. This was episode number 54 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. We'll see you guys next week at the same time.
Cool. Have fun with the new feature.